Welcome back to Exotic Car Play Place. Everyone, thanks for joining in. I've got a question for you. Do you guys like seeing your money get flushed down the toilet? Do you like to see your vehicle worth less than 50% of its value after 5 years of ownership? I don't either. And that's why I'm going to share with you guys 10 vehicles that are guaranteed to hold their value significantly to the point where you can hold on to at least 60-70% of its value after 5 years if you choose selectively. This list includes a whole host from trucks, SUVs to cars, as well as even sports cars, if you can believe it. There are certain vehicles that do fall under this criteria. You're definitely going to want to check it out. Let's get into it now. Very first vehicle on my list is the Nissan Frontier right here. These only lose about 43% of their value in the first 5 years because they're a very affordable, versatile vehicle. You've got the extra cab space, a box. It's like a lot of vehicles nowadays. You got Tacomas, you've got the Canyons, you've got a lot of different competition, but at the end of the day, these are very versatile. Up until recent years, you could also get manual gearboxes or CVT transmissions, 3.8 liter V6 direct injected or a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. Lots of versatility here at a relatively meager price. Older ones, you have issues with coolant leaking into the transmissions and catastrophically failing the gearboxes. At about 100,000 was a kind of a typical failure point. But again, as I say, these often last a long time, and it's another great solution for the budget-sensitive buyer that doesn't want to lose an arm and 2 legs in the pursuit of owning a new vehicle. The Nissan Frontier, a great choice for the budget-sensitive buyer. The next vehicle on my list for the top 10 only loses 41% of its original value in 5 years, and that is the GMC Canyon, like this. Now these come with a 305 horsepower, 3.6 liter V6 engine, and they're actually one of the most versatile vehicles in the class. There's no doubt about it. They sit very stoutly in 8 with the AT4 package. It just looks prim and proper. Now looking around at these, obviously you can get this in extended or crew cab configuration, 4-wheel drive. A sizable bed space makes this thing extremely versatile. Now when comparing these to the Toyota Tacoma, it is guaranteed these have a much lower than average predicted reliability, rated at 1 out of 5, versus the Ranger's 4 out of 5, and the Toyota always ranks very high. So in terms of overall expected reliability, anticipate a few problems along the way. That just seems to be the way. However, it is very versatile, and the cost to buy into one of these is very reasonable. And coincidentally, because it's a small, more stout package, it's also very easy to live with, and therefore very easy to sell on the used car market. And that's why these tend to hold their value and only lose about 41% after 5 years. Great package, very attractive, very well equipped, and very affordable. Next car on my list is what's behind us, is the Dodge Challenger. And of course, those are becoming very popular. With the resurgence of the muscle car, they are truly one of the more popular versions. There's lots of different engine configurations, and because of that, they only lose about 40% of their original value after 5 years. I mean, look at these absolutely beautiful hot rods. Very cool 2-door. You've got the Challenger, and then the Charger has 4 doors. But these have these incredibly aggressive front end here with the quad headlights. With some models you've got the interesting hood, but again, you can get these in autos or manuals depending on the model. You can certainly get a V6, you can get the SRT8, or you can get a Hellcat or the Dodge Demon. You can get lots of different great variations, from outputs from down in the meager 4 Series BMW territory to horsepower up to about 840 horsepower in the Demon. These things are absolutely incredible beasts and one of a rare breed. There aren't many muscle cars, true muscle cars these days, and because of that, these will always hold a value. They're cool looking regardless of which engine configuration, the Dodge Challenger. So the fourth vehicle on my list is actually right here. It's a Subaru WRX. Now here we have an older one. This is the Rally Blue, beautiful car. Obviously became popular because of the rally racing, Colin McRae and the likes. Then here you have a newer one. This is a WRX, much more later model. Now these are great because they have either a CVT transmission or a 6-speed manual, which I would recommend the manual. CVT is junk. All-wheel drive transmission, turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that makes about 270 horsepower. It's guaranteed to give you exciting driving as well as manage ice and snow and mud. These are great vehicles. They have a cult following, and that's partially what keeps the values high on these vehicles. But don't be stuck buying a standard Impreza, not quite the same level of popularity, but the WRXs are great vehicles. These vehicles will only lose about 39.8% of their value after first 5 years, so you can be sure to have this, enjoy it for many years, and not worry about losing your shirt. So the next vehicle on my list that only loses 38.5% of its original value in 5 years is the vehicle right behind me. It's a Toyota 4Runner. These are absolutely beautiful. We have here the limited version. In other words, we've got leather interior and all kinds of great amenities. Beautiful vehicle. Way back in 1990 was the only one that missed the beat. It had a 3-liter V6 that blew head gaskets. This, on the other hand, actually is featuring a 3.5-liter V6, far more reliable, and is now very, very attractive. As you can see, it's no longer just a base utilitarian. You've got lots of great features inside. You've got aluminum alloys, decent enough horsepower to move this thing around. And actually, as you can see, you've got a tow capacity here as well, and enough versatility to satisfy a need for almost anybody on the go, hauling small loads, hauling the family, and doing it all very reliably because it's a Toyota. These only lose 38% of their value. Now, recently I did a review on the Nightshade Edition, which is essentially the limited but all blacked out, all the logos and everything in black. You're definitely going to want to check that out at the end of the video. I'll feature the link to that. But these 4Runners are exceptionally well-made vehicles, will last guaranteed 300,000 to 500,000 miles if you take care of them, and they are relatively attractive, and again, feature all of the amenities, and that's why the value is there after 5 years. The next vehicle on my list is a Toyota Tundra, as we see right behind here. Why are these so popular, and why do they only lose 37% of their original value after 5 years? It's because the Toyota reliability. Now, often people, you just want that large GMC or Chevy or Ford or Dodge, but a lot of times people wanted an alternative. You had a 5.7-liter V8, numerous different configurations from bed lengths to door access configurations. You can get lift kits. They're very popular. They're becoming far more popular. Now, the fuel economy isn't there. They've always been a little bit thirsty, but they are reliable. And there's seldom things that go wrong with them. You can certainly see these spending a lot more time in the shop than these, and that's why people were looking for an alternative. With the V8 engine, Toyota finally came out with a product that was competitive with the GMCs and the Fords. And because of this and its reliability, the Toyota Tundra is another great vehicle on the list of recommended. Another sure winner for the list goes to this vehicle behind me dressed in blue. Now, of course, these only lose 36% of their original value in 5 years, and that is the iconic Porsche 911. These vehicles are absolutely amazing. There's no doubt in my mind, they are truly one of the best sports cars on the planet, and they always have been. Porsche has always tried to defy physics with this car because, after all, you've got an engine that goes behind the rear wheels, so you've got a weight distribution that has never been optimal. However, Porsche has engineered a lot of that understeer, oversteer traits in these vehicles to the point where now they are truly one of the best handling sports cars on the market. Not only that, with the classic slope back end, short cutoff back end, you've got the flares on the sides, oversized wheels. Those headlights are, again, iconic. You really can't mistake a Porsche 911 headlight. These vehicles are absolutely not only stunning, one of the best performance cars on the planet, and hold an outstanding value. And that is largely why, after 5 years, you only lose about a third of its value. These are absolutely amazing vehicles, and really the only sports car that is worthy of this list. And these 911s have come in many, many different variants, from automatic transmissions, double clutch transmissions in the current model PDKs, or they've also come with manual gearboxes in many, almost all of their different variations and years. A lot of them come in turbos. This model that we're looking at here today is a 992, so that is a twin turbo 3-liter flat 6 engine. Truly a spectacular car to drive. There's really almost nothing like it. And these cars fitted with great new updated headlights. The interior is second to none in terms of quality and fit and finish. Wonderful red brake calipers. Wonderful light finishing. You've got your rear vent pops up, and again, as I say, the rear flares really do give this thing an outstanding look. You really can't go wrong with that slope back end. A Porsche 911, one to guaranteed to hold about a third of its value after 5 years, and one of the only sports cars that I can recommend if you want to keep the dollars in your pocket, the Porsche 911. And my next great choice is number 8, and it goes to the Jeep Wrangler right here. These vehicles are awesome. Now, not to be mistaken for an absolute reliable vehicle, which these are not, because in fact they are a Dodge product, and you're guaranteed to have parts fall off, premature rust. You'll also be guaranteed to have an engine that just lackluster in performance. What you will have, though, on one hand, For about 33% loss after 5 years, this ranks as one of the very best vehicles for value retention. They're ultra popular, they have quite a cult following, and also because there's such an aftermarket support for these vehicles, they're very popular for off-roading. Now you can get them in the 2-door like this, you can get soft tops, hard tops, you can get the 4-door. There's lots of different variations, and you've got different engine configurations with these as well. But if there's one thing that's consistent, it's their popularity. And Jeep sprouted up from way back in the Willys era to the point where they've gone through CJs, YJs, TJs, Wranglers, and now we're at this point where we've got such a consistent following and such an overall heritage that these Jeeps will always seem to hold their value. So you can never go wrong by buying a Jeep Wrangler, and let's not forget you can also drive them all year round, so it makes a very easy vehicle to live with, is also likely part of its popularity. The Jeep Wrangler is my number 8, with only losing 33% in 5 years. The next vehicle on my list is the Toyota Tacoma right here. It only loses about 32% of its original value in 5 years for a few reasons. Main reasons, they're reliable, and number 2, Toyota has that overall dependability record that just people love. Now these come either with a 2.7 liter 4-cylinder engine or in a 3.5 liter V6. You can get different packages like the TRD or the Pro. You can get different lift kits and things. Because these are often accessorized, they're also popular with the off-roading crew. These smaller Toyota pickup trucks have always been very, very popular for people who have just wanted something compact, versatile, but didn't necessarily want something that was a full-size tank like the GMC, for example. They wanted something a little more compact. You have a sizable enough box right here. Obviously with a crew cab, makes it accessible for at least 4 passengers, and you've got a decent sized box. Makes it very versatile for most general needs. Now you're not gonna haul 10,000 pounds with it, but that's not really the point of this vehicle. It just gives you versatility. And of course, this being the Limited gives you everything from all the lane departure and safety features, but it also has leather interior. And as a result of its overall easy to live with packaging, performance, and reliability, these make it high and hold a strong value through and through. And the best value retaining vehicle on my list goes to number 10, and it's the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. Now, very similar to the base Wrangler that I showed you earlier, this is the Unlimited. And what you can see, other than just the badging that you've got there, you've got the hard top, color matching parts. These vehicles really are dressed up to the nines. I mean, you do away with the cheap wheels, they get upgraded rims, upgraded bumpers. These are absolutely beautiful vehicles. So it takes the versatile and puts a little downtown city luxury with it as well. You look in the interior and you've got leather seats, and actually just feels like a very well dressed up vehicle. So the Unlimited really proves that you don't have to have just that hardcore utilitarian wagon. You can actually have something that is more in line with the G-Wagon for Mercedes. Sure, it's not a G-Wagon, but it does a great job of giving you the luxury, but also the versatility, and at a relatively affordable price compared to the G-Wagon. This is your best bet at only losing 30% of its value in 5 years. You're sure to go right with this vehicle. The best choice for value retention, the Jeep Unlimited Wrangler. With all that said, guys, I'm sure you probably want to know what the worst depreciating luxury cars are. Definitely going to want to check out that video. It's going to share with you the vehicles to avoid if dollars are your primary concern. Hope to see you guys real soon. Catch you then. Bye-bye.